Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if this is your first time, please subscribe, like and share. So we're going to be talking about the CCA interview. So if you got the scholarship, congratulations. Now let's dive in, okay? So one of the first questions they're going to ask you is, tell me about yourself. And to be very honest, I feel like this question might sound a little bit cliche, but trust me, it is something that you want to know how to answer. You just don't want to just go and start saying, oh, I'm a Nigerian and all of that. Nope, they don't want to know that, okay? So you have to make use of strong words that can describe who you are, okay? So now let's continue. So the second question they'll ask you is, why CCA? I remember we're talking about the continuing care assistant. So what are you going to tell them? You have to say things like, I find it personally rewarding to assist individuals overcome their health challenges by providing companionship, assisting with their aids, like daily activities, etc. Okay, helping them to make sure they are safe and ability to be independent. Okay, these are just basic stuff that you can say during your interview. Okay, and the next question they'll ask you is, why Halifax, Nova Scotia? Okay, I saw some questions when I uploaded the video. People were asking me that they tried to apply and they were seeing Halifax. Which one is Nova Scotia? So Halifax is in Nova Scotia. Okay, so they might ask you that question. Don't give them the confused look. Okay, now why Halifax? Now you should say things like, the two most notable benefits of immigrating to Nova Scotia are as follows. They say the first thing is the low cost of living, which is very true. It's very affordable for you to live in Nova Scotia. Okay, and then you can say the province's sustainability in order to raise a family in Canada. So it is very suitable for you to raise a family in Canada, okay, in Nova Scotia. Okay, then you now say, you try to compare, say that one of the things that makes you really drawn to Nova Scotia is because when you compare it to other larger provinces in Canada, Nova Scotia is top when it comes to affordability. Okay, now you can also say that Nova Scotia is also one of Canada's safest and most ideal place to raise a family, just like what I said. Okay, now how do you deal with stress? That's another question that they're going to ask you. Okay, so you want to think. When we write applications, we always say, oh, I'm able to handle stress and all of that. Now this is the time for you to answer that question. So how do you deal with stress? You want to say, I don't like the burnout that comes with working when you're working in such a situation. Okay, so that you would love to take your breaks seriously, because they understand that you need to take breaks for you to be, what's the word? Should I use the word useful, or for you to be more active, for you to be more, I don't know the word to use, but you shall get what I mean, right? So you don't want to say, oh no, I can work under pressure. They literally know that everyone deserves to rest. Okay, so tell them that you're going to take your break, to take tea or coffee, or get some fresh air. Okay, so you want to do that. Now they'll ask you questions like, how ready are you to come to Nova Scotia? Now some of us are just like, oh my god, ASAP. Remember, you filled an application where you said, oh, you're ready to come to Nova Scotia so time. So you want to pick that time. So if you pick January 2024, you want to say, I'm ready to come to Nova Scotia as soon as possible, most likely January 2024. Okay, they'll ask you questions like, do you have dependents and are you bringing them? Now guys, I got a question from the audience asking me if it's okay to declare that. I say, yes, please do. Okay, it's going to help your visa application process for your family. Okay, so you want to mention that yes, you would love to come with them. Now if this does not apply to you, just say, oh, I'm not bringing my dependents because I do not have one. Okay, it's good like that. Now they'll ask you questions like, when you have a conflict with your colleague, how do you resolve them? Now the reason they're asking this is because that not everyone can cohabit or can work together, but they want to know if you're a team leader. They want to know the kind of person you are. They want to know if you're going to bring trouble or if you're going to reduce the chaos or toxicity in the environment. Okay, and when they ask you that question, take a deep breath. Don't just rush in and you want to just talk. Okay, so you're going to say, that you're going to do so many things, to resolve any issue you have with any colleague, should that happen. Okay, make it look like you're not looking forward to it, but you're being a realist. So if that happens, these are the following things that you're going to do. So I tabled out some things which I would love you all to like think about and reflect on it before you go for your interview. Okay, so the first thing is that you're not going to discuss that issue with other colleagues, because when you discuss that issue with other colleagues, it kind of like, puts the person under some kind of limelight. Okay, so you don't want to do that, right? So you're going to say you're not going to discuss it with other colleagues yet, because you want to have the conversation with the colleague that offended you. Okay, then you say you're not going to postpone addressing the problem, because the more you postpone, the more maybe the issue keeps getting worse and worse by the day. Now you're going to keep a positive outlook when you're going to have a conversation with this colleague, because maybe when you keep a very weird face, it could trigger the person to react in a way that we wouldn't like. Okay, so you want to keep a very positive outlook. Okay, so you're going to discuss the matter in person and you talk calmly. See, I've realized that sometimes, right, when you shout or when you talk in a certain manner, you trigger the other person, and at that point, you can't control how the person reacts. Okay, so you want to talk positively and you want to talk calmly, and make sure that conversation is done in person. Don't chat or text the person. Messages can be misread and can be misunderstood. Okay, now you seek an amicable solution. Now, this is where, we said at the beginning that you don't need to involve your colleagues yet, but it depending on the kind of issue this is, maybe when you're trying to resolve it and it has all proved abortive, that's when you now involve a third party. So when you have that mindset that, okay, I think it's high time that I involve a third party, please do. It could be your colleague, it could be your supervisor, but just do it. Okay, now they will ask you questions like, can you cover extra shifts? Because trust me, in Canada, they love people who can cover extra shifts, because there are some times that, everyone is overwhelmed with work and they need people to take up those shifts. Okay, so they'll ask you that question. You say, oh yes, I am flexible to cover, open shifts, as it's rewarding to actually assist. That means they're like, oh my God, okay, this person is actually nice. Okay, now the next question they'll ask you, do you understand what the work entails? Because that's the thing, over 6,000 people applied for this program, guys. 6,000 people, and over maybe 200 got the scholarship. Okay, and that's because they felt like not everyone knows what the work entails. Everyone is just trying to apply. Like, they were literally scared. They were choked with the tons of applications that they got within the last 72 hours plus. Okay, so you say, yes, I understand that the work is about care assistance by using the 5 dimensions of health to provide a holistic care to individuals that require need. Remember, I'm talking about the 5 dimensions of health. After this session, please, guys, go and read what the 5 dimensions of health means. I'm going to just list them. So you say the 5 dimensions of health are 1, physical, emotional, social, cognitive, and spiritual. Okay, so once you understand these 5 dimensions of health, you'll be able to understand what the work entails. Okay, so it's not just about the physical, it's about the emotional, it's about the social. Just go and read that up. Okay, now they'll ask you, how do you now relate with a co-worker who is not friendly with you? Remember, the other question is not about who is not friendly with you, but who you have issues with. Now you say, oh, I'm going to relate with my co-worker who is not friendly. I will try to see grounds by calling the person, by the side, to see if we could settle our differences, if any, and if it's affecting the work, I would let my supervisor know. So the reason you're going to let your supervisor know is because at the end of the day, you're the one that is going to take the heat if you don't talk. So guys, I hope you are able to understand my answers to these questions, and I hope you're ready. Before you go into your interview, please dress properly, have lights, even if it's not like NEPA light or electricity. Please make use of somewhere very bright. Okay, speak to yourself in the mirror. Try to practice. Trust me, you don't want to be, oh my God, I can't remember what I planned. Oh, I've forgotten my points. Practice. If it even requires you to have your friend, discuss your points together, put 1 or 2 together in order to rub minds, please do that. And trust me, you'll be on your way to Nova Scotia to work and study for free. Now, for those of us who were not able to get the scholarship, I am really sorry, but I have tons of opportunities for you. All I just need you to do is to turn on the post notifications for my YouTube page and get ready, because I will be dropping updates every single time. Now, thank you for watching and see you in the next video.